Hello, Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3. And today I am answering paid reviews. And today, how to buy a vintage Patek Philippe. And this here is from Julia. Dear Archie, dear heart, $50 for an email opinion response. I want about a pimp my arm Patek, but love it. Seller is a pawn shop, doesn't know the model or condition. My first, only luxury watch, resale value not an issue. I'm an older lady, no family, a dream Patek. Chrono, she saw one on Chrono24, also that looks similar, also on eBay, looks bad in the photos, thanks. Julia, thank you Julia, and I gotta say, this is a very interesting watch. So this is a Patek Philippe CALATRAVA. It's a manual wind. It's minute and hour. And it's got an integrated gold bracelet. Now, I got to tell you, Julia, the biggest problem with these pieces here and what affects their resale value and desirability is how the bracelet's done. See, these integrated bracelets, they don't easily come off their head there. They're kind of soldered on. And I got to be honest with you, the biggest problem with these pieces is that when they come on the used market, if they don't fit you, you're in trouble. Because it's very hard to add extra links into it. They don't actually have links. You've got to weld in gold. It's very, very tricky. And if it's far too big, my God, it is a mess. You've got to cut a section out. It's an absolute nightmare. It's a jeweler's nightmare. So I would basically, my honest opinion, Julia, is stay away from it. Stay away from it. If it doesn't fit, it's no good to you at all. It is no good to you. The price isn't that fantastic. And I got to be honest with you, with these integrated bracelet models, they kind of look a bit dated. They do look a bit dated, and that's the problem, is that it's a manual wind, 18 karat bracelet. It looks all original. I've seen these before, but the big problem is that these are sort of 1970s, early 80s. They're a bit dated, and the integrated bracelet, because they're such a bitch to add or shrink, it makes reselling it again very difficult. So my own opinion is I prefer them on the leather strap because it'll fit. For that sort of money there, you could get a much more trendy ladies one. Is that a wrong thing to say? A more trendy ladies one? I don't think the price is terrible, because considering it's a gold Patek mechanical movement, manual wind, on a Patek gold bracelet, it's a bargain. But when you consider the fact that they are integrated, it's very 70s, 80s, ooh, starting to lose its appeal. Whereas for $10,000, you could get a Patek 24 in steel with diamond on the case. I don't know, is that a better one? Only you can say, okay, that's a quartz too, that's not a mechanical one, I understand. But it's more feminine. But if you particularly got your heart set on these integrated bracelet type, it is, the fundamentals are right. It's mechanical, it's 18 karat, it's all Patek Philippe. Nice piece. Would I buy one? I'd be more shooting towards a more modern gold piece. And that gives us another problem, because then we look at it and say, this watch was originally for a man. It was a men's watch. In the late 90s, Patek's ladies' choices were all quartz. Do we really want a quartz one, or do we want a mechanical one? It comes into a bit of a can of worms. What do I think of it? Look, if it fits you, and I pray to God if you've bought it, it does fit, because these are going to be an absolute bitch to adjust it, okay? If it's too small, it's impossible to add links. They don't actually use links. It's just an absolute nightmare. And if it's too big, it's going to be very difficult to cut out. You've got to cut out a section of the bracelet. these bracelets also can be a little bit on the delicate side. It's not sort of what you could wear every day for the rest of your life. This is sort of a dress watch. It's something you would wear for special occasions. So my own opinion is, I really would say to you, can you get for that sort of money that they're asking for this piece, you could get a much more modern being trendy, cooler, hip ladies Patek. So it's still a Patek. Okay, it may not be a mechanical Patek, but you could get a much stronger Patek. You understand what I'm saying? Is this one an ugly one? Is it awful? Would I not buy it? There's certain aspects of this watch I like. It's 18 karat, it's mechanical, it's quite a nice looking watch, but if it doesn't damn well fit, what are we going to do, Julia? What are we going to do if this bastard doesn't fit? If it's too big, it's very hard to take it out, and if it's too small, it's next to impossible, and we can't even fit it onto a leather strap because we'd have to cut it. It's just a nightmare. Personally, these integrated Patek Philippe's, I'm not a huge fan. They often sell at a discount like this because they're bloody hard to resell, because no one really wants them, because the bracelet is such a bastard to expand or reduce. The chance of it fitting someone is fairly slim indeed. So my honest opinion, I personally, if I was buying a lady's Patek, I'd probably go for a later model. I think the Patek 24 is kind of really cool, even though it's quartz and it's only steel, but it's more modern. There's a lot of, maybe a lady's CALATRAVA, which on a leather strap, I reckon that'd be classic. Mind you, a lot of those tend to be quartz. There is no 100% best answer there. It's a tricky thing, but just, I hope the bastard fits. That's what I can say. I hope it fits, because if it doesn't fit, you're going to be really, really stuck. And it's going to be really, really annoying. Okay? Annoying to say the least. But these were originally a men's watch in the 70s and 80s. Very expensive with the integrated bracelet. That was kind of the fashion then. And these were big money. It's a genuine Patek bracelet. They are a nice piece. The horologically speaking, you can't criticize it. It is a lovely piece. But the bracelet, oh my God, I tend to steer, a lot of dealers steer clear from them unless they're really, really cheap, because they're such a bastard. You can just imagine the right customer for this, they don't fit. You can't buy links for them. They're an absolute pig to get it to fit someone. I've seen people add in gold sections, but they look like an atrocity. So, and the other thing is too, the bracelets tend to be fairly delicate. They aren't really heavy duty. You understand? They're not really heavy duty bracelets. They are quite delicate, and you've got to be careful. You can very easily damage them. Once they're damaged, they're next to impossible to fix properly. So it's not a terrible piece. It's not a horrible piece. It's the price they're asking, I think, is a little bit high. That's kind of full retail for it. For that sort of money, I would have expected it with the box and papers. Okay, and they're kind of just knocking it out. They don't know the model number. You've got to take the case back off. That actually tells you the model and the serial number. But it does look right. It looks right from what I've seen there. Would I buy it? No. Because of the bracelet thing. It's just, yeah. I mean, it is a nice Patek. It's a manual wind Patek. It's 18 karat. Yes. There's a lot of good fundamentals in it, but that bracelet is such a bastard, absolute bastard to get right. So, Julia, I hope that doesn't scare you off the Patek, but I gotta tell you the truth. That's the way it is. I'm Paul Pluta on the Archie Luxury channel. Tell me what you guys think of that.